What's going on, everybody? Merry
Hola, ¿cómo
Christmas!
está? Feliz Navidad.
Or Happy Hanukkah, or whatever you may celebrate in your portion of the world. Welcome to the
Hanukkah's
show.
over, but yeah,
Hanukkah's over? Well,
I think Hanukkah's over.
they kind of,
They rotate. You never know which part of December. I mean, they know, obviously know, but
right.
I'm wanting to say that it was first part of December this year.
We're awesome, J.R. Biker. Um, Man, what a busy week I've had at work. Oh my gosh, it has been crazy. Look at the hat. I know, right? I got my little jingle. Well, I'm not jingling, but I got my little
He's
tassel
jingling
that
his
keeps
ball.
not. It keeps knocking me in the eyeball. I'm like, can I build anything like this? No, not really.
Damn it, Scuba.
Do you have your shots ready for tonight, Aries?
Yeah, I'm getting them ready.
Hey, Forgetful Red, Vapor's bad boy. How's everybody doing? Um, I know Aries has got some stuff to talk about. I got some stuff to talk about tonight. So we're gonna take it nice and easy. It's the holidays, you know. I'm just happy to be able to relax now. I got the next like 4 days off. Thank God, because they have been trying to kill me. It's like when the holidays come, everybody knows that they need something right now, and they all order at the same time, and it's like, oh, come on. So yeah, I was very busy, very busy. So, but now I can relax, and I'm going to. I'm going to do that. Did I had my blue double barrel last week, right? What?
Yeah,
Focus.
every Friday. Every single Friday, I tell him he can't come down here.
Oh, and he
Every
comes.
Friday. Every single Friday, he comes down here.
It's okay, man. We're not on a
No, no,
network
no. That's
where I
that's
have
not the
rules.
problem.
Oh, okay.
The problem is we've got a house rule, and he keeps breaking it. And I'm
Oh,
going to take his
okay.
iPad
Now
from him.
that I understand. That I understand. If you have a rule, it's a rule. That's the way it goes. What's up, Will Vape? This week, what did I get? I got a couple of things in. Number one, I did get the Crown V4 kit
How
in
you liking
blue,
it?
of course. I'll tell you what. I like the kit. I do think that this finish on here is not going to last worth a damn. Because it's just I have one small scratch in it so far, and
So
I'm
I'm
sure.
guessing it's like a foil lay on there.
Exactly. It seems like a
Yeah.
full lay because it's very thin feeling. And I don't know if there's a piece of plastic covering it. It may be. It doesn't feel like there is. The tank matches really good. This blue on the tank is really good. The only thing I think they really screwed up with on this is they released this before they released the mesh coils. Why would they do that? What were they thinking?
From what
I
I
mean,
understand, the tank has a lot to be desired.
well, yeah. Now I'm not going to say that the UL Crown V4 is the best tank in the world. To me, it tastes like basically a Crown 2. I'm getting the
Right.
same kind of flavor out of that, but I'm interested in trying it with mesh coils in there. The mod itself has been great for me. I haven't had any issues out of the mod. Getting really good battery life out of it. I've actually, just to test it, I've actually charged my batteries using the USB cable. No problems. So,
Cool.
and I haven't even peeled the plastic off the screen yet, so I still got plastic on my screen.
No, no, no. That's one of my things.
You got to peel it. Hey, I
Mm-hmm.
understand with the peeling. Hey, Yardbird, it's Yardbird's Christmas
Hey,
flyby
Yardbird.
tour from across the realms to the realm of traveling brethren. I'm sporadically AFK and back and forth tonight. That is so fine, Yardbird. Hey, everybody's got their own thing they're doing this weekend, and you may have family over. Do
Okay,
what you
so
can.
Osman is saying that the mesh coils are available and that Jazzy has ordered them.
Right, they're available now, but this mod came out before the mesh coils were
Right.
available.
Okay, I got you.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm thinking is when they sold this as a kit, mod and tank, it should have came with a mesh coil. It does not. So if you want a mesh coil,
The hell?
you got to order them. You did it. I didn't do it.
I didn't touch anything. Gonna be one of those nights apparently.
Oh, so if your resolution or your connection goes down, your screen shrinks and the
Yeah,
tree gets bigger. That's fine.
just leave it be because apparently I'm like really choppy now.
Okay. And the other
Yeah,
thing I
because my
got.
connection to you is red right now.
Oh wow. Hey, bits and pieces. The other thing I got in, which I know a few of y'all were interested in, is the Gear RTA, and I got the Gear RTA in blue. This is the Gear RTA. This is quite the interesting RTA. Um, the only big complaint I have about this is, man, does it go through juice fast. It doesn't hold a lot of juice, so it goes through it really fast.
What's the
So
capacity on it?
I think it's 2 mils. I didn't look.
Oh
It's
no no
probably.
no no no! I no. Oh no 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 no.
Well, I mean,
I
okay, this is my problem. It comes with a bubble tank, but the bubble tank is plastic. This is
gotcha. Yeah.
glass, so I'd much rather stick with the glass. But when you see the coil placement on this, you're gonna be like, "Oh man, let me check that out." Let me switch over to the build camera quick. Um, so this is a gear RTA. You can see the little gear design. Matter of fact, if I pull the drip tip off, good lord, it does come with this drip tip, by the way, which is like a frosted gray looking color. So now you can see the gear on there. But if I unscrew the top, you should be able to actually see the coil in this.
Hey Stina. Hey Wolf.
You can't. My camera's too. There's the coil. I mean,
Wow,
the
that's
coil
high.
is. Yeah, it is right there, dude. That's why this thing, I think, has such a good flavor to it, because the coil is so close to your mouth.
Hey Shelbell.
So anything that has that reduced chamber in there is really gonna bump up that flavor that you get from it. And
Yep. And there goes his pack again.
it's back again. Hey,
Gonna
there you
be one
go.
of those
Hey,
nights.
we're getting it. Thank you, Dolores. There you go. There's a link straight to the UL Crown kit. They come in a bunch of colors: purple, blue, red, silver, gold. I think that's all the colors.
Hey
Hello,
George.
George. Merry Christmas to you also. Um, so the other thing I was interested in, I got that profile RDA in there, and to me, of course you can, Shelly. I do believe YouTube lets you post links now, so go for it.
Yeah. Everyone should be able to post links, although there's rumors that they're about to take that back out.
There you go. Ozman says Breezy has the Crown 4 for $23. Um, I know that I posted in the group that the Orion was like 39 bucks or something, and then with a coupon code it made these things $36. That's
Yeah.
Which is cheaper than wholesale, so that was a really good deal. If y'all were trying to get an Orion, boom, that would be. We're a bad influence. You've been looking for a 22 millimeter blue tank. I'm considering the Clito EXO.
Clito EXO wasn't too terrible.
It's not no, it's not that bad.
I mean, it wasn't an amazing tank, but
Right.
it wasn't bad.
The Clitos had those giant tall coils.
Yeah.
Good lord. Well, Shelly,
Yeah, the coils were like an inch and a half tall, something like that.
oh, is that an Aegis Legend, or is that that? I think that's a Legend. If it is, it's black on black. Yeah, that's Aegis Legend. And I'm not sure the tank on top, but that looks like a Zeus symbol or Goliath. I can't think of which one that was. I've seen that symbol before, but that's a big picture on there. You go there and it's like a giant screen. I'm digging the Orion. I actually bought some Nick Salt for my Orion to try out, because I was trying 50. Now I will tell y'all this: if y'all do get one of these things, this is not one of those pod kits that you want to crank up your Nick in. You got it today? Damn, Ozman, I ordered mine like instantly, and I still don't have mine. But okay, that's fine. Because I tried normal 50-50 Nilla nuts, right, at 6 milligram. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I tried 50-50 Nilla nuts, 12 milligrams. I think you're right, JR Biker. I think that's a Griffin symbol.
I can't really see.
And the 12 milligram about kicked my tail in this thing. Now, Nick Salts is a whole different ball game. But what I did on the Nick Salts for the Dinner Lady, Dinner Lady, I do believe. There we go.
Demon, if you have to ask that question, you don't know me very well.
Dinner Lady Lemon Tart. It has.
Nancy, before you go, cheers.
Question: What? Huh? What? Matchy, matchy. Yardbird, there's a lot of blue tanks out there, bud. Um, Now, getting a 22 millimeter, Vape and Dave gave you 2 vape bands. Awesome, Rich P. Well, I owe, I think like 4 of y'all vape bands, and it's my fault. Like I said, I've been busy, so busy with work. I've been getting home too late to even call the doctor, which, for the people wondering, I did confirm my appointment. My appointment is next month, the 14th. So we're good to go there. They're going to do all my blood work and all that stuff and make sure my medication is not causing any of my organs to fail or anything like that. That's what they're mainly worried about.
Look, Sloan.
Oh, there you go. Oh, you're taking a shot. What's up, Al? Al is the man responsible
that one's
right
already
there.
gone.
For the Scuba's Hangout vape bands, here they are right here. Scuba's Hangout vape bands. Yeah, boy. And they actually fit around the Orion, which I was impressed with. Am I watching late cast on your salute thing? Okay, sorry. Let me go back to the live version. You got 2 vape bands from your local shop? If you got 2 Scuba's Hangout vape bands from your local shop, something ain't right.
Yeah, something's a little.
You may have got 2 vape bands, but I don't think you got 2 vape bands that say Scuba's Hangout on there, because that would be like, how's that
impressive.
possible? Yeah, very impressive. Al's been doing some moonlighting. He's like, I send them all over the world, man. They're everywhere.
Oh, Wolfie, I do not envy you on that. I had a cardiac stress test. It is not fun. For obvious reasons, they couldn't put me on the treadmill, so they did the chemical cardiac stress test. I thought I was gonna die.
You lost the cool as hell drip tip. Oh, Dave, what? I bought ours. You lost the cool as hell drip tip to what, though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to scroll back. I don't know what Dave lost the drip tip to.
Hey, Fictitious, what's up?
Should be getting the Dead Rabbit RTA. Oh, yeah, the Dead Rabbit RTA. I like my Dead Rabbit RTAs. I got a couple of them. This one, the gunmetal one, came with a red and black looking drip tip. And then my other
she
one,
loves the drip tips that come with the Dead Rabbits and the recurves. I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan?
No.
I mean, they're shorty style 810 drip tips, but they're not so short to where it feels like my lips are on top of the.
Well, I mean, I like, the big stubby, acrylic is just what I'm a fan of.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the stress test in the bottle. Yeah, Yardbird, they suck.
I know exactly where you're coming from there, bud. Now, the profile RDA that I had last week, we didn't rebuild it because I only had that one piece of cotton, but I did find out that my local shop does sell that cotton. They also sell a 10-pack of those little mesh deals, but I've been wanting to try my own personal spool of mesh wire that I have. Hopefully I didn't misplace it because I want to use that tonight, just to see if it'll be
he lost it.
As good. He lost it? No, I didn't lose it. I misplaced it.
He didn't lose it. He just doesn't know where he put it.
It was right here, man. It was right here. But yeah.
Well, that's good, Wolfie.
Okay, well then.
Told you.
I forgot I had this.
Hey, Jim, what's up?
It's a shame when you get so much stuff. I forgot I had the Billow X in gold.
Oh, wow. There you go.
I completely. That is a weird drip tip, too, that they put on.
Yeah.
Where'd my mesh wire go, man? I got a whole spool of it, not unopened.
Like I said, spoiler alert. He lost it.
I really wanted to build.
Further my gold spoiler fatality. Alert. It's probably on the table right in front of him.
That, sadly, that is probably true. I'm beginning to doubt that, but it's possible. For those of y'all that didn't see, Jazzy is going to be doing a smaller SX Mini Brotherhood Christmas holiday show soon. Details to follow.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's actually going to be a full show. I think it's just going to be a giveaway because things got pushed and pushed and pushed, and we didn't know if it was going to happen. So
Well, whatever
Jazzy,
he does,
whenever
that's
Jazzy
fine.
gets in here, he'll give us more details.
We're just going to have less and less odds. If it's a small giveaway thing and 8,000 people enter, um, you're of an age. You're right about that, Kevin. I'm definitely of an age. What age that is, I don't know.
I've got to do my obligatory flip coins.
Oh, I thought I found it. This is not Fuse Clapton. What is this? Chain link? We've already went through a tutorial on how to build chain link wire. We don't need that. Dude, I couldn't have misplaced all that mesh. It's not on my lazy Susan Thinger spinner majigger. And there went some wire flying off the back. I think it's Aries' fault.
Oh yeah, my fault.
Yeah, because you was like, it's probably right in front of him, and now I can't find it at all. You had, oh, no, that's a chain link again. Get out of my face. Keep getting
Scuba, you literally had one job.
one job? No, I wish I had one job.
Your one job was to not lose that spool so you could have it for tonight.
It's right here, okay? It's right
here. Oh, you
here.
finally found it. Where was it?
It was over here up under something.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't right in front of my face, though, so. I'm just interested to see if I can get enough cotton in the profile to where it'll taste good. Like, well, I'm not going to say as good as the original, because the original one for me was muted. So maybe real mesh instead of the one they give you will be even better, because this has a much finer mesh of wire, like a real small fine screen, whereas that one has these big holes in it. What's the thickest juice I put in the Orion? Good question, Sue. I've been told that you can run probably up to 70-30. Personally, on the regular vape juice, not Nick Salt, I ran 50-50. It ran fine. I think you could actually go higher.
I wouldn't go higher than 70 VG on that.
No, I'm not saying 70. I'm saying maybe 60-40, something like that. I don't think it would be that bad. But
I imagine you could go all the way down to a 50-50, but as far as VG composition goes, I would not go more than 70 VG.
So the coil in that dripper is fake mesh. It's not fake mesh, Dolores. It's just made differently. The ends are smoothed out and flat, so when you go to put it in the atomizer, it
has
fits.
more grip surface.
If I have this, I'm going to have to cut it, which is going to leave sharp edges. It's not going to, it's not going to have as much surface area as the flat would.
Cut it a little bit longer and fold it over. Right there at the very ends, I would fold it back and crimp it.
Yeah, folding it might be an issue. You got to be
Dude,
pretty
they make
particular.
pliers.
Yeah, they do make pliers. Do you think I know where my pliers are?
Right next to where your mesh was.
Yeah, exactly. You're asking for too much. I want to make this build simple.
Here, you can borrow mine. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. My stuff's available.
The Orion has 3 settings on there. You got a blue light, a white light, and a red light. Depending on when you hit this bottom button, you can switch between the modes. The red being the highest. I think the highest is 15 watts that it comes factory. Now you can use eScribe and go in there and change that. I changed mine, I think, to 20 or 25. You don't want to go any higher than that or it will taste burnt. Trust me, I tried. Because this mod is capable of doing 40 watts. But granted, you're also going to go through battery life a lot faster at 40 watts. And number 2, it's going to taste like crap. They're really a foil, not a true mesh. Really? You know, JR Biker, I have not read the specs on their mesh, so I couldn't tell you. I'm just telling you what it looks like. It looks like a freaking screen with round holes in it. Scuba and simple equals oxymoron. There you go. Yeah, you're right, Wolf.
Kind of like military intelligence as a contradiction in terms.
Military intelligence. There you go. So, but in the meantime, Aries has some stuff he wants to share about an order he placed and stuff y'all need to look out for in the future if y'all decide that you need to order some batteries.
I'm
Isn't that right?
still perturbed that this happened, because you would think that that would have gone through a check, and yeah.
Most vapor companies, I do believe that, especially the ones that ship batteries, check their supplies before they ship them out. I'm surprised that that got through. That was easy to spot. Easy to spot.
Give me just
What's
a
up,
second.
Jason? I'm not getting a bad vape from the Crown. Yeah, I'm not. Is it the best tank I've ever tried? No, not even close. But it's a good vape. I mean, I like that it's all matchy-matchy. That's cool. It's a nice small dual 18650 mod. If you can get one of these cheap, hey, you know. I really want to try this with the mesh coils though. And I do believe I have, what ohm coil I have in here? 0.43 ohm. And I kept bumping the wattage up because it wasn't quite enough, and now I'm at 50 watts. They're not fake batteries, Scorpiopio. That is not what's wrong.
No. They're not fake batteries. Just a second.
We're waiting. See if Aries gets this up. Hello, Bunny.
Yeah, I'm getting everything set up.
Where's Gailey Tagalong? Yeah, so I believe the mod that Shelly was holding up is this mod right here. This is the Aegis Legend dual battery. Mine's blue. It looks like hers is black, but I still got batteries in there. Full power.
Okay, and it looks like the bank heist is going in with 9 people after QP Designs Bank. I hope someone gassed up this time.
Battlecock and all that for the holiday. Oh yeah, I got 2 bottles, Jason. I'm ready to go, man. 9 people in the heist for QP Designs. Hey, maybe I'll come out with some. It would be cool if I could change it to where y'all could win like tanks or mods or stuff.
What have we got here?
What? Matchy double shot for you drinkers. Matchy double shot for you drinkers. Huh?
Yeah, I'm getting Scuba's cast screen right now.
Hi.
Oh, holy moly.
Hello.
Hello, Scuba.
Hello. All I see is Aries' big window. Wait. Oh, there it is. Hey.
Hi.
Look at
We
that.
wanted to go on and wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Aw, Merry Christmas to y'all. Way over there in 5 years, five hours from now.
Yeah, we're calling you from the future.
Oh, you're calling.
Okay.
That's it. Call me. What's the lottery numbers? That's what I need.
Right? Yeah, let me grab a pen and paper real quick.
If you can give me the lottery numbers 5 hours before the lottery goes down, man, I'm in good shape.
So we did our Christmas stream tonight, and we've had a wee drink, and we thought of you, so we wanted to just call in and say Merry Christmas and thank you, Scuba and Aries, for your show, because as you know, I watch it every week, and I love what you do. So thank you very much, and Merry Christmas, guys. Cheers.
Oh, thanks. Y'all want to
Merry Christmas.
put you on screen? I mean, I can put you on
Oh,
screen.
Gail's a wee bit pissed right now.
I've had a wee bit too much to drink.
A wee bit too
Put
much.
us on screen. Go on.
Okay, I'll try. Let me see. This is going to be like a cropped, crazy window of y'all, including
Yeah,
my screen, so it's going to look weird, but at least y'all...
Cheers, my darling.
Cheers.
Because I can't, like, do a 3/4 clip. There we go. I
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Yes,
think,
Jason, you Scotland.
I think of Scuba when I have a drink or 3. Damn, that's bad. Y'all think of me when you're drinking? That's bad.
Look, Aries will tell you I don't often have a drink, but I kind of might have got the wee taste for it tonight, so...
Oh, well, why not? It's
A
the
wee taste of
holidays.
it.
The wheat taste. Oh my gosh, if y'all didn't see Vapin' Brew and his freaking lipstick.
Bunch of alphas
Oh,
who've never
no,
seen me
my
drunk on
goodness.
a live show, says Vic. Yeah, hi Vic.
Hi, Vic.
Dick drunk on a live show. Yeah, no.
Well, Vic,
we've
call
never
in right
seen
now,
that.
because I bet you've had a wee bit to drink over there. Just a wee bit.
Well, I'll tell you what,
because Gail kind of browbeat him into it earlier.
I made him have a wee dram with me,
Oh,
so-
really?
yeah, so he might have had one or two.
Hi Adam.
Vic said he was going to start drinking by Friday, and it's Friday, so
Yeah.
Well, it's actually Saturday here, so there's no excuse. He really should have had a few more.
True. He should be already well into it by now.
Yeah, Darren Sloan is saying you need to get the wig back on.
The wig
What,
back
this wig?
on. Yeah, oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, go on, you have to do it.
Here we go.
So what are you building tonight?
Oh my goodness. I'm probably gonna redo the gear because I think the coil in there probably looks like it. There's more UK folks. Yeah, exactly, Andy. He's the first
Hi,
time he's
Andy.
like, I never get to see
Yeah,
more
Andy.
UK folks on the show. Hey.
Hi, Jason.
Wow, everybody's in here. Cool.
Hey, Doris.
Yeah, we were talking
We're
about.
still I have to get more wigs.
Oh, Aries
Of course
never
you
got
did.
around to his thingamajigger, but it's cool. We can hang out.
What did I do? What did I do wrong?
No, you didn't do
Oh,
anything
nothing.
wrong. You didn't do anything wrong.
You didn't
Aries
interrupt
got
me,
in some
Jason.
stuff from.
No, we were gonna do the batteries, but no, this is cool. We're good.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
We're gonna hang out. Oh yeah, we're positive. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how I can make the windows better, and I don't know if there's an easy way to do it because
There's
I'd
not.
have to
Hey,
pop
Kev.
everybody's
So not
screen
easy
out,
to do.
and then it's like.
Hey, Dolores, how are you, darling?
Well, thanks.
Yes,
Thanks, Static.
Shelley. Oh, good. Look, see, I'm still on top chat.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's used to Twitch now.
Yeah.
I'm sure y'all
amateur.
switched that to live chat. Oh, and I didn't change the title yet. Okay, let me change the title. Look at Vic. See, Vic knows he's been drinking. You might as well put up the martini glass and.
Yeah. Come on, Vic. You might as well join in.
Don't be shy. We know you're not shy. He's got a nice wee bar going there, though. Hi, Shelley. How you doing, darling? I've actually left my bottle next door.
Amateur.
I know. I need to go and get it.
Oh
got you
wow! I know. I just did not spell Christmas wrong. Okay. Oh, thanks, Adam. I'm trying. I'm trying to hold it together. I'm just pushing everybody in. Just push everybody in there. There we go. Now the title should
Push,
change.
squeeze, and
You
shove.
do, Scuba, you do realise that Adam's saying the cast looks great because us glorious women have joined you?
Oh, that could.
Especially me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love
Adam's
that.
got a
I
real
love
thing
that
for
wig
Darren in
right
that
there.
wig. Yeah.
I couldn't. Did I get the right place?
Yeah, I think she's pimping our.
Oh no!
our channel.
I thought she was just being funny.
Yes.
Did I come to the
Nope,
wrong
yep,
show?
yep, she got the right one.
Yeah, you did, Dolores, and thank you very much for that, sweetheart.
Thank you,
Very much
darling.
appreciated.
Thank you.
Ball bag. Ball
bag.
Oh, what did y'all
It's
say
Scottish
earlier? And every time y'all said it, I was laughing because I was like, oh my god, the way y'all said it, it just made me laugh. I can't think of what it was now. I was going to say it again because I was like, what in the world did they just say? It was funny.
When we were talking about Vic dressed as a Christmas pudding.
No.
Yeah, Kevin's wanting to know where the Christmas pudding's hiding.
I've no idea. In his bar, probably.
Darren looks like a cross-dressing Rambo.
I got to look at the tie.
Hey, Yardbird! Merry Christmas!
Oh,
Hey,
my
Yardbird.
Fanny Boys beats ball bag.
It does. It does.
Alright. This mesh, I'm worried about cutting into. I don't know how this is going to work, especially since you got to put so much cotton. And Vic knows, because Vic has one of these profile RDAs. You got to put so much mesh, I mean not mesh, cotton in this thing to make it wig right. But now the Gear RTA, well, I'm going to have to vape it some so I can build it because it's full of juice. Now, I could probably vape all the juice out of this in about 10 to 15 minutes. That's how quick you can go through juice. But,
Well, if you want, you can vape through that while I'm doing the little battery part.
go for it. And if you want, I
We can
can maximize you.
Oh, no.
Do you want us to disappear?
No, why?
No, it's just if you're busy and you've got things planned, we'll just go.
No, you're not bugging me. Hell, I mean, I'll wing every show, so why not? just wing it.
Yeah, that's kind of what we do as well.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. I mean, if you go by
It's
an
a shits and giggles
agenda,
kind of thing.
let
Yeah.
me break out the agenda. All right, next we're gonna. No, I'm not.
We gave
That's
up agendas a long time ago.
Yeah, shits and giggles works for me. So.
That's the way to do it. I mean, without that, it's no fun, right? It's no fun.
Exactly.
If you make it
Exactly.
all just ugh.
So here a good while back, it's been about a month ago because it took that long for the damn things to come in. IMR was running a special on the LGH G2s, you know, the good old brownies.
Good brownies, yeah.
The thing is one of them showed up with 2 nicks on it.
See it? Can you get the glare off?
You can sort of see the slight nick there,
Yeah, I see one nick in there. There's another
and there's
one.
a second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got one right there and one right there. And they're sizable nicks. So anytime you order batteries, make sure that you check the wraps before you start using them, because even fresh from the factory, I mean, and you can see that there's a little dent of one down here at the bottom, and there's another dent right there. Before you start using them,
Is it
make
dented
sure
the
that you
battery
check 'em.
itself? Because that's really bad.
no, it's just a dent in the
Oh, okay.
in the wrap itself.
Okay.
I mean, I'll check the battery once I go to take this this wrap off to double check. But I mean, you can see that it's definitely not been used.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the main part of the battery that you got to worry about is that positive side. That's like
yeah, this is the
danger,
main part.
danger.
But anytime you see nicks like this, you definitely want to go ahead and take care of that. So we are going to go ahead and rewrap these batteries while we're at it. So for those of you that haven't rewrapped batteries, now you've got your positive side here. Stay away from that as much as possible, because this rim that goes all the way around is your negative, and just that little centerpiece is your positive. So if you arch anything across that, you're going to short it out.
And don't do what Aries is about to do and use a metal knife to cut this.
Do what?
The best thing to use is a pair of ceramic tweezers to take the bottom of the wrap off.
Not to cut the shell, not to cut the actual wrap, because if you can cut through the actual wrap with ceramic tweezers, you got problems with your wrap.
Yeah.
If you notice, I'm not going anywhere close to the positive
To the
side. I'm
top.
going straight to the bottom. And then once I get it out, move all metal away and just peel it back. Insulator is obviously going to be in good condition because it hasn't been used. So examining the battery, I don't see any dents or anything in the battery cell itself. So that's good. So we're just going to rewrap it as is. When you're pulling out your wraps, you want them to be about 72 millimeters in length. These are a little bit longer, so I've gone ahead and marked off where 72 millimeters is with those little black marks. So I'm just going to trim them up.
Make sure when y'all buy wraps, you buy insulators.
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10 your insulator is going to be damaged, or you may lose it. So just go ahead. They're very cheap, and you can buy a big old sheet of insulators. It's better to go ahead and get insulators when you get wraps. That way you can switch them out.
Yeah, because your
Especially if
insulators
you
will
can
come
get
in a
the-
little sheet like this, which of course mine's too bright to really show off.
Yeah.
But
Bunch
it's a
of
little
circles.
sheet with a bunch of circles. They've got adhesive backings to them to where you can, there we go. Where you can just adhere them on, and it'll be easier to keep track of. Never
And
hurts to have a whole
the
bunch of those around.
adhesive ones are actually the better ones to buy, because then once you put them on, it doesn't move at all.
Right. But I'm going to go ahead and try to reuse that insulator if at all possible, since it is brand new and still in good condition. And what I'm doing is I'm just putting it with about 3 millimeters to spare on both sides between the end of the wrap and the battery itself. I've got a heat gun prepped up and ready. Just going to kick this onto high, let it heat up.
If you don't have a heat gun, you can use a hairdryer. But
Yeah, a
heat
hairdryer
guns-
will definitely work.
Heat guns.
That's what
switch
Sam
up.
uses. He uses your hairdryer for doing them.
Yeah.
And I have heard of people using the steam of a kettle to do it.
I would be careful using a steam kettle to do it, because you don't want any moisture to get inside there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you better wear dry heat.
Or worst case scenario, if you've got a lighter, you can use that, but be very careful with that.
Yeah,
You don't want-
be extremely careful if you're going to use a lighter because you don't want to overheat.
Exactly.
And if you notice, I'm constantly moving as it is.
Yeah, if you overheat that
And then
wrap,
that's that one
especially
done.
with a lighter, which is really easy to do, you'll just burn a hole right in the wrap. Then you
And
have
we're
to
all done with
start
that
back
one.
Over. Yep. let's do
So
it.
since that one's part of a set, I'll go ahead and wrap the other one as well, even though there's nothing wrong with this particular wrap, just to make sure that I can keep track of the fact that this is a match set.
You're awfully good with that scalpel, Aries. You'd think
Oh, I
you'd
hope
used
so.
it before.
And again, anytime you take off a wrap, always check to make sure that there's no actual damage to the battery itself, which battery is obviously in good shape. Gonna trim this one up.
Damn, that's hot in the Scuba voice. Awesome, man. Yeah, with the laser, yeah, I know, right? Oh, y'all don't like me playing with this laser.
Watch you don't burn yourself.
It's pretty bright.
Are you playing with that laser?
No, I'm
Yes,
not
he is.
playing with the laser. Not at all.
You lie. You lie like a rug.
Oh, Smurf, don't say that, for God's sake. You'll get somebody that will believe you.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Smurf says the light works best.
No, we don't. That's one thing that we don't joke around on here is battery safety. So no.
Right.
So again, about 3 millimeters from the front and bottom, or from the top and bottom. Kick this on again.
Yeah, it's important to cut that little spare off, because if you don't, it's going to either cover the positive side too much or the negative side too much, and your mod may not like that.
Yeah.
Don't shine it over Gatwick Airport. Adam, I never shine my laser out towards aircraft or anything. They're bad scuba. I would not do that because, yeah, they would. It's so stupid. People are like,
It's a
oh, I can
federal
get away
offense
with
over here.
shining a laser. If you shine a laser at an aircraft, they can see exactly where it's coming from, down to the house. They're like, okay, it came from right there. There's a line. It goes straight to you.
And voila, all done. So that set is now safe to use.
Awesome.
So we're gonna, in the meanwhile, we're just gonna put it back in this nice little battery case. For safekeeping, all
I
done.
got so many battery reps, it ain't even funny. Which I need to break down and do. Does the laser clean coils?
I wouldn't try it.
Yeah, I don't think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
It would probably heat that coil up so quick that it would just melt right through it. And I have to use special goggles because I can't look directly at that, it'll blind my tail. So,
Hey, Cassie.
especially if you're shining at something white. Drone shut down the whole airport. Wow. Awesome.
Darcy, how are you?
Hi,
Yeah,
Cassie.
if you're flying a drone around an airport, you're just an idiot because you're endangering all aircraft in the area. If you're shining a laser at an aircraft, I can't speak for overseas, but I know here it's a
What's
felony.
illegal?
It's
Oh, it's
illegal.
illegal.
Case over here.
It's a jailable offence over
Yeah,
here.
it's prison time here.
You know, the good thing about DJI drones is as long as you don't hack the drone, it will not let you fly near an airport. It'll stop you.
Well,
So
the one that's happened over here,
Well,
Scuba,
for the higher end drones, yes, they'll do that. But the lower end drones,
Right.
they don't have any sort of built-in
Right.
no-fly zones.
well, the airport over here at Gatwick was shut for a few days. It was an industrial drone. And the police are still trying to find.
Andy,
Yeah,
if you're
he's
less than
controlling
2 miles from an airport, like if I live 2 miles from an airport, I couldn't even take off with my drone.
No.
It will not let me take off. It'll say cannot take off. I'd have to drive 3 miles. You got to be 5 miles away from the airport to even take off. And they
Yeah,
also have
because-
those what is
ahead.
it? TPV area. It's a temporary. Like, say the president's coming to town.
Temporary no-fly zone.
Yeah, they'll set up a temporary zone. You can't, and the drone picks up. It will not let you fly. So you just had to
Well,
be careful
and
with
it's a
drones.
security feature. I mean, you know, when you're around an airport, the last thing they need is for them to be having a plane try to land, and they're trying to avoid your drone that's in their, you know, in their
Right.
landing path.
Well, I agree completely. I mean, I don't know why any dummy would be like, oh yeah, there's so much other stuff you can be filming than trying to get in a damn plane's path. That's stupid.
Yeah,
You're
see, lead pipe saying
endangering
that you need
a
to be at
lot of
least
people.
4 miles. Some of the drones lead pipe have it built in to where they go not just at the 4, but they'll actually extend it out. Like Scuba just said that his is 5. I've seen some that won't let you within 10.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a safety precaution, because the last thing you need to do, if you bring down a plane, that's on you, and you will be charged for it.
I'm surprised that the guy over here managed to get the drone anywhere near the airport, to be honest.
If it
He's
didn't
probably
have
either doing a
geolockout-
cheap drone or a homemade drone.
Yeah, if it
That's the
doesn't
thing.
have a geo lockout, there, I mean, you can fly it anywhere. Not
Yeah.
legally, but you can fly
Yeah.
it anywhere.
And that's what I was going to say. Even on the DJI drones, they normally keep you out, but if you hack your drone, yeah, it'll let you fly over there. I would never be that stupid, though. That's ridiculous. I won't turn that feature off. I like having it on there. If I get near airport, I want to not go into that zone.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
Stay away.
it's the equivalent of walking into a bank, waiting in line, tapping the person in front of you on the shoulder and saying, "Hey, do you by chance know how to unjam a gun?"
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
I mean, you know, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, Dave Fitch saying just had 2 girls arrested for using a drone to deliver drugs into prison.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me either.
Yeah, that's becoming a very popular thing
Hey,
these days.
look, it's 4 cam whores and Scuba. Well, thanks, Slappy.
Thanks, Slappy.
Yeah, thanks.
Love you too, Slappy.
I
Lead
don't know
pipe, if I'm
whether
not
I don't know whether
mistaken.
to take that as a compliment or an insult.
Scuba, remind me, isn't it anything above 2 pounds has to be registered with the
Yes.
FAA?
Well,
Yeah.
they've changed that ruling now. Now
Because I know that's what it used to be.
Yeah, it went from not having to register it to having to register it back to not having to register it. Now, if you want to fly commercially, like say you want to go and film a house to sell, you have to go get a Part 107 license. If you make money, like it
Yeah,
is
because that's
so
commercial
bad,
use.
right? If it's so bad, like if I fly my drone and put the video on YouTube and I'm making money from it, they can get me for that because I'm making money off the drone, which I think is stupid because it's technically a home video. Now it depends. I think it's kind of circumstance basis, you know, like how you're doing it. If you're doing it like, let me film this house and watch it on my YouTube, yeah, I can understand them getting you for that. But just
So
flying
it's just
around,
recreational, right?
yeah, recreational, you're supposed to be okay. It's kind of a fine line, but if people keep doing stupid stuff like that, shutting down airports or drones, we're not going to be able to fly them at all anymore. It's just they're going to shut it down. And
Well, that's like we have a courthouse right in the middle of town, and it's got you know what they call the square. It's the old shopping area that goes all the way around it. And someone thought it was right to fly their drone over the courthouse in the middle of town. The sheriff's department, being the sheriff's department, went outside and proceeded to shoot the drone down.
It's one way to do it.
Were they good shots?
Welcome to
I mean,
Arkansas. No, it took them a magazine or two.
I figured that. Wow, come on, man. Okay.
So this
Well-
entire time they're just doing this, shooting up in the air, because you know that's so incredibly bright to do in the middle of town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those bullets got to come down somewhere. I don't
Right.
understand that. Yeah. It's like everybody
Yeah,
get
so
in your
if
house.
you hear,
There's
if you
gonna
hear
be
of a sudden rise of people admitted to hospital with gunshot wounds tomorrow, you'll know why.
yeah.
Well, the problem is if you shoot into the air, even if you shoot straight up, wind is going to take it away. You know, wind is going to take it off into you know, whichever direction. Any sort of deviation from angle, you know, away from 90 degrees, that bullet can come down, you know, 3, 4, 5, 10 miles away from your firing point.
Yep.
Adam says the UK has no-fly zones for drones.
Yeah, that's what this is. This was
There's a 1 kilometre exclusion zone around an airport terminal,
That's it?
but that's it.
Wow.
Slappy, you would think,
kilometer.
but these aren't the brightest of cops.
You would be surprised. I could bring up an app on my phone, and there's zones all over the place around me where I cannot fly. You can't fly over a national park. If it's a state park, this is the weird thing. If it's a state park, you can take off from outside the park, fly into the park, and come back out and land. That's legal. But if it's a national park, you can't go in it at all. So
Wow.
any of the real cool areas that you would like to film, can't do that. Well, at least in the U.S. I don't know how it is over there, but
Jason, these guys use Glock 27s, and they're allowed to use 4 mags to qualify. As long as they hit 5 shots in the target with 4 mags, they qualify.
my blackout skills. Deadly man,
Yeah,
I don't have any
that's
blackout skills.
overkill.
No. Stop and think about that. They get 4 magazines, and all they have to do is hit 5 times in the target to qualify. So if it takes them all 4 magazines to get a total of 5 shots in the target, they're good. They're qualified.
Wow.
That's quite scary.
Tricky
Oh, yeah.
West. It's
That's
all
pretty
green
scary.
belt area within miles of the woods, fields, and very small villages, so a drone could be placed near and flown remotely quite easily. Wow. Yeah, I know my drone will drive. It'll fly 4 miles. I could be 4 miles away from the airport and fly all the way in there, but you're really asking for trouble. And I guess you just got money to burn because your drone's probably going to get shot down, knocked down, something.
It's not that. I think it's quite selfish. Do you know what I mean? Because you're putting people's lives in danger with playing it on planes and stuff like that.
Yep.
And not only that, with what's happened with Gatwick, the amount there's over 100,000 passengers
Sandy.
flights been cancelled.
Especially at Christmas, whenever people
Dolores-
are going home
Dolores, there's no
or
magazines in
family.
a Glock that I'm aware of that holds
Scuba
25
show
rounds. The
got
max
hotter.
is 20.
Hi, Sin.
Jeez.
Munchkin, I agree.
I think Scuba's hot. He doesn't need us to be hot.
Whatever. That's because I got a red hat on. That's it. It's a red hat.
Rich, the way that we
Hashtag's
put it
asking,
is they
that
can't hit the
Ronald
barn side of
McDonald
a
we have
broad.
on with us?
They can't hit the broadside of a barn.
No, over here we say that they can't hit the the barn side of a broad.
Is that Ronald McDonald? That is up there. That's Darren Ronald McDonald. This is nickname.
I've taken off the makeup earlier on.
He
Don't
did.
worry.
There you go.
He didn't want to traumatise you anymore.
I think he still has on the clown shoes though. Oh my goodness. I'm
Haley
trying to
Watts.
vape this thing. I've got it almost halfway now. I'm trying to vape it as much as I can.
Please call drone users wee faking ball bags. There you go, Jason.
Once it gets down to the fatter part of the chimney, it just blows her juice then.
Yeah, exactly, Sloan. You go through the ordeal of clearing airport security just to be grounded by a wanker with a drone.
I know.
And the thing is, it's like most things, there's only a couple people that, do that sort of shit. But it's a bad name on everybody that has a drone and uses it responsibly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely. I haven't flown mine in a while just because it's been cold or windy outside, so I didn't want to fly it. But I need to. I love flying that drone. Love that thing. And I think it's kind of a step back. DJI had the Mavic, then they made, or the Mavic Pro, then they made the Mavic Pro Platinum, and then they have the Mavic Air. Then they came out with the Mavic Pro 2, and Mavic Pro was a Mavic Pro 2 Pro, and the Focus one. But those don't have precision landing. Why would they take that out of the drone? Literally, I can take off and pretty much land within 2 inches of where it took off. The new ones don't do that. They use GPS, and it's close, but I would say 3 to 6 feet off of where you took off from, which normally would not be an issue, but if you're taking off from a boat or something and you want to come back to the exact same spot, if the boat is anchored, you can set it to dynamic return, but I don't trust that. I would manually land it if I was taking off from a boat. I have taken off from a boat one time and landed back on the boat, but I caught it with my hand. Screw that. To sell more drones? Well, Wolf, I mean, the new one has a bigger camera sensor. It's got a 1 inch instead of a 2/3, but I don't see how it's that much better. I mean, technically it'll fly 1 more mile because it has a new OcuSync technology, but
It's the same as everything though, Scuba. You know, companies rely on people wanting the next big thing, the next best thing. You know, that when they bring the next thing out, they're going to rely on people wanting to spend all that money all over again. Whereas, you know, a lot of people.
You mean like the 600, 750, and 800 watt mods that are planned for Q2 of next year?
Yeah.
When are we gonna get car battery mods? I'm just wondering, you know, how heavy of a mod I'm gonna have to carry around in the future.
That's like the old original mobile phones, cell phones.
This massive big
The
battery
big
pack
bag.
that you had to carry on your back. Yeah.
Oh, what was your guy that did that video 4 years ago? He actually connected a car battery to a homemade mod.
I saw
Doctor something or other.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but should have been Doctor Such and Such, because that was crazy what he was doing.
He just pressed the button and just seen the flames go.
There was the one guy that, and people, don't do this at home. Please, for the love of God, don't do this at home. Had actually set up their mod to use a standard wall outlet to power their mod. And then, and used it. He actually used it.
Darwin Award.
And then you had the prototype that Nitro and I were working on. Nitro was running on a 20-volt marine battery.
20-volt marine
Why?
battery?
Yeah.
Just why?
I don't know. I mean...
Do as we say, not as we do.
Yeah.
I can see the mods going up to 200 watts because some people do vape at higher wattages, but more than that, I mean, really, do you really need that much?
I know some people that vape regularly at 300 plus.
Well, Bill Byrne, he vapes at a very high wattage. He vapes up round about the 200 watt regularly.
But there's very few people who actually do that.
Yeah, there's Bill, because he I know that Bill vapes at very high wattages. Well, that one that you've got, my lungs hurt thinking about it.
Matter of fact, I just fixed this overnight. The solder joints. Oh my God, you should have seen the solder joints in this thing. I'm gonna drip it first.
Yeah, that might be an idea.
I mean, I really, because I think if I sit there and tried 200 watts over and over, I might get used to it and then need it all the time. And then that's just more batteries I'm going to need. More batteries I got to charge. More juice I got to go through. Screw that.
Wolf, I saw the one that used the DeWalt box. I don't think I've seen the Plano box one. But this is a triple series. That is a 0.48 coil on triple series, so give or take.
It's an angry little bit.
About 330 watts.
No, my lungs hurt just at the thought of it.
Exactly. I can feel the burn from here.
I like a warm vape, but that's just ridiculous.
Actually, your first 2 to 3 hits aren't bad.
They're not.
After 3 hits, when it's dried out, that's where it hurts. But I mean, these are just plain spaced microcoils, is all they are. And like I said, they clock in, give or take, about a 0.48.
Wow.
That's the sort of thing you only do for fun every so often, whereas you normally do it about, well, for me, about 80-ish.
I found though that, you know, as on my vaping journey, I started very, very low watts like everybody else, and it gradually crept up till I was vaping about 80 watts. And now I've dropped it down to about 60 watts, and I'm happy around about the 60 watt mark. Anything more than that, just, do you know what I mean? It annoys me. I've got to change batteries all the time, and yeah.
Now, see, I'm with Bill. You know, I mean, sure, I've got, you know, my little 46 watter right here. But I've got other mods that I'm running anywhere from 200 to 400.
Yes, wow. But then everybody's sweet spot's different, isn't it?
Yeah. For me, it comes down to the juice and the build style that I'm going for.
Well, that's the thing.
I want pure flavor.
Adjust the ohms based on the power that the mod supplied, especially if I had like a stacked battery mod or something. I have to put my ohms up higher where it's not as hot, because it's just so hot to vape, man. I had to kick it up a notch. It
also depends on what you're using. You know, there's some drippers like the Titan. has a lot of airflow, so you're going to get a killer vape, even though you're getting a lot more of it.
Well, see, that's like on my Firebox. I use a Goon 1.5, and that airflow is as wide open as I can possibly get it.
Yeah,
It
without
has to
drilling it.
I've thought about that.
Yeah, you've thought about it. Drill it out. That's old school, man. Those old atomizers. What was it? The
Still Air.
The Stellaire.
Well,
I can't think of the Omega. It had the smallest little airflow hole in there. You had to drill it. I mean,
grab a Stellaire or a Patriot and throw in, put a 3/8 drill bit into a drill press and just pop it down.
Oh, the
There's an
iGo
atomic.
W.
I think this is 18 millimeter.
Yeah.
It had the most airflow, but this thing has such a small build deck. Oh my god! And a little 510 drip tip.
That must be really fiddly to build on, though.
I'll have to pull out my snub nose and show you that sometime,
This
Gail.
is so old, it's
You
ridiculous.
could show me your snub nose anytime, darling.
That's not a snub nose.
Do I have the Amit mouth to lung?
Well, okay then.
I did see the Amit for sale at my local shop there, Vern. I have not
Nice,
picked
Steve.
one up. Just now, granted, I don't have anything against mouth to lung. I used to do a lot of mouth to lung when I first started vaping, but once you progress to this direct lung, it's hard to go back to mouth to lung. I mean, the only thing I can really enjoy mouth to lung is something like, you know, the Orion. I did enjoy the K-Funds back in the day, or the Russian RSST. What else did I vape back then? Not the Rose. No, not the Rose.
Oh yeah, you love the Rose V3.
Oh yeah, the Rose was just.
You know, Skip, I'd really like to see you building the Rose, because I've never seen that yet.
Well, if look back for a cussing show, and that's the one.
The one that's been flagged for above 27.
It's probably got flags all over it from YouTube because oh my gosh, that tank is such a pain with a ceramic
I
build
think
deck.
I think Vic has a contender for one that would beat that though.
Yeah, the
Really?
Aqua FX.
Aqua FX.
The Aqua FX.
I love building on the Aqua
It
FX.
took Vic 46.5 minutes to
Oh.
build and wick that.
And
I
he
should've
was
got-
cursing.
I should have
Yeah,
got
that was
and
the
built
most
against
epic
Vic.
build show ever.
Are we trying to rob gifts? Cassie, no. The bank heist, basically you take Scuba bucks and you plan a bank heist. And say
Don't do it, Cassie.
Say you
You
bank
never
heist
second one.
for 2,000 and then 8 other people enter with you. So if you're successful, then the bot pays you back more coins than you put in. If you get caught or don't make it away with the money, then you lose that. That's all it is.
Yeah, but we never win, Scuba. You have to kick that bot's arse.
I don't know why. Arse?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know how
because
I'm gonna...
either the FBI catches us or the getaway driver didn't refuel the wagon, so we're kind of stuck there.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much gas to give the thing.
Just fill the bitch up.
Build the Roses up for show of the decade. Oh my gosh. And then, and even if you do get the Rose, built good, it's still terrible. It's a terrible vape. It just is.
So it's not even worth all the effort.
Exactly. That's why, you know, if it was worth the effort, I would say, hey, go for it. But it's not.
Well, back whenever it came out, it probably was, but that was back whenever you had silicon as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Silica wicks were god awful.
Oh, look at there. Timekeeper found that Amit mouth to lung for $5. You know, that makes me wonder, if it's $5, it must really suck and not sell very well. That's saying so. If you see RDAs that are $5, either they're very old and haven't been sold in a long time, or they're really bad and nobody's buying it and they're selling them off for $5. Oh, that sucks, Munchkin.
I have to say, I've since yesterday I've been using the iJoy Katana kit in pod mode. Yeah, currently rocking this bad boy at a whole big whopping 11 watts right now.
11 watts. 11 watts. You know, I'm glad you brought that up. People think that you have to have high wattages or whatever to get a nice warm vape, and that's not the case. It really has a lot to do with whatever tank or RDA you have on top of there, and also
It can depend on your liquid as well, but I'm using the Dinner Ladies Nick Salt range, and
yeah.
it's
Oh well, you got Nick Salt, so yeah, you're gonna run it lower anyway. But this, like we're almost there. I'm getting close. This gear RTA, it's so small. It has such a small chamber in there, and the coil is so close. You know, you got to think these tanks that are really tall, it has a lot further to go to reach your mouth. And as that goes up that chamber, it loses heat. So you have to raise the wattage to get the heat that you want for that type of vape. So something like this with a single coil and it being so close to your mouth, you can really bump down the wattage and still get a warm vape. I'm vaping this at a whopping 38 watts, which is low for me. I'm usually up around the 75 watt range, actually. And these batteries are about dead, and I don't know where my batteries are right now. That's not good, but yeah. And it's a nice warm vape. I really like it. I had a whole thing of batteries. I think they're out in my car because I don't pre-plan for having to change batteries during the show, but oh well.
Yeah, Scuba J. Jari is asking, is the gear RTA for Nick Salts? Can you use Nick Salts in it?
You know, somebody else asked me that too. I don't know if it's specifically designed for it.
It really depends on how you build it.
Yeah,
I was going to say it would probably
I think it would be pretty strong. Because, you know, pod systems, I have used Nick Salt in the Orion, and I don't know if it's specifically designed to have Nick Salt in it, but it works great with Nick Salt. But this is a pod system. You know, it's a mouth to lung. This is not, the gear is not a mouth to lung. This is direct lung. So if you take your Nick Salt, which usually, I mean, I think the lowest I can get Nick Salt around here is like 30 milligram. That's going to kick your tail.
Yeah, the lowest I've seen it anywhere is like 25.
You've seen 20, yeah.
Our Nick Salt over here, because of TPD regulations, we can only get Nick Salts up to 20 milligram.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I got 30 or 50 is what the average is when I go up there to get some Nick Salt. It's 30 or 50.
I mean, like this right here, this is 30.
Yeah, we can't get any higher than 20. 20 is the most we can get now.
Yeah.
Dolores,
That's enough.
you'd be surprised.
Around here, but I can't find it.
I can vape Nick Salt. This is 30, you know, not this one, but my Orion has 30 milligram Nick Salt in there, but it's such a smooth vape. The Nick doesn't really hit you like that. So I can vape this and go right back to 6 milligram. It's not that. If it was a case where it made you depending my habit of how much Nick I need, because Nick Salt is just so smooth, it doesn't give you that hit like it does on normal vape juice.
I did a wee experiment to see if I could go Nick free for health reasons, and it didn't work. And I realised that having the Nick helps me with pain. So I was Nick free in all my other juices, but what I did is I had my wee me pod and I had Nick's 20 milligram Nick Salts in that, and I was just taking a wee hit of that when I felt that craving for the nicotine, and I was zero Nick the rest of the time, and it worked. It was great.
Okay, I can't find mine.
Oh my god! Did you call it my wee me pod?
Yeah, it's a wee me pod.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not able to find mine, but that's the snub nose. The entire thing is about 12 millimeters from the bottom of the 510 to the top of the top chamber.
Oh wow! Oh yeah, the snub nose. So that's a snub nose RDA. I got one of those. Oh wait, it's not up there anymore. But I have one of those up there. I got a snub nose. I got a.
Oh, they were a pain in the ass to build on.
What was that small one that started with a D?
Derringer.
Oh my gosh, those things are so small.
Yeah, the Derringer was small. The snub nose was even smaller.
Yep.
I think the Low Pro was even smaller than that.
The Low Pro, yeah.
Yeah, but it had the problem with the plastic.
I did not like the Low Pro. It actually would burn something on the, I forget what it was about the Low Pro, but it was burning into something. I don't know if it was my drip tip or what.
The drip tip was an inserted one, And it's plastic, so if you use anything too hot, it used to melt that. So
It
it's
was
so low
melting
down.
the crap out of my drip tips, and I'm like, damn, it's not like I was vaping really high wattage, but it was melting it, and I was like, yeah, this is not good.
No, you don't need to have a knee pod to vape the Nick salts, Dolores. It's just I personally find
Aries.
a pod system is good for this Nick salts.
Yeah, the pod systems, I think, with Nick salts, it's a smoother delivery. It's not quite as harsh as
So
what
one
it
would
would
be
be
the
if you
meat
were to
pod
just
to
put it
use
into
Nick
a normal
salts.
tank.
Dolores,
I
I
know
would
a
say
few people.
any kind of pod system, Dolores. If you're going to use Nick salts, I would go with some type of pod system. I don't
Yeah.
know of many
I
tanks.
Or even
definitely
like
wouldn't try
Salon.
dripping it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or as Darren says, even just a standard mouth to lung stock coil tank is good for Nick salt as well. 'Cause
Another
have
thing
that
about
little
Nick,
pod system. I'm using this pod system right now. I've got 3 or 4 other pod systems slurping around the house here somewhere. So
They're a good delivery for the Nick salts.
if you like, you got your goats, awesome, Dr. Pencil Vape you. Also, if you like going in vape shops and tasting juice on your hand or finger to see how you like them, don't do that with Nick salts.
No.
no,
Do not do that with Nick salt.
If you're gonna do it with Nick salt, a lot of them do have 0 milligram flavoring. For the
Yeah.
Nick salt, where you can actually do the finger tasting.
Right.
Don't try to do it with the nicked version.
Yeah,
of it.
don't do it the 30 milligram, the 50 milligram. No, bad, bad,
no, I
bad.
wouldn't recommend it.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, Pin.
Hey, they just won the bank heist. Just saying.
I'm
Yes!
a little.
Of course they did, Gail, because
mixed
we didn't
feelings on
bloody
the
enter
guy.
it.
I was in it! I was in it!
I wasn't.
Let's see if I win anything, no, I doubt it.
Only Sloan won.
Yep, Sloan won.
It's me, I reckon I'm just bad luck.
From what I understand, I haven't personally had my hands on the V-Sticking magazine, but from what I understand, it's a fairly decent mod. But no, Pin, I've got mixed opinions on the Go. I do like the fact that it gives dripping capabilities to those that can't build or don't want to be hassled with it. But in turn, I want something where I can have the option of rebuilding. And I know that they've thought about, they've kind of toyed with the idea of putting out a rebuild, head for it. But until they
grab
do
my
that,
batteries.
Sainty, play nice.
Yes, play nice, Steve. Remember, you live close to me. I can come and find you.
Yeah. Andy disappeared again.
He does that. He just gets
Yeah,
up.
he just ups and leaves, doesn't he? Yeah.
How's my darling tonight? Is she playing WoW?
no, actually, she's playing Zuma tonight.
Oh, I've not played that in years. I've not played that in such a long
she's
time.
been on a Zuma kick lately. She loves that game. Me, not so much. My ADD goes just too nuts. It just nope, can't do it. I can't focus enough.
I'll stick with my Candy Crush.
Yeah, Osman. Basically anything that's not using a wide range of boards, like for instance Vicious Ant. Vicious Ant you can get in mech situation, or you can get in a Yeehee configuration or a DNA configuration. Anything where a specific model only uses a Yeehee board, generally speaking, Mr. Chen owns them.
Well, Jules Mama Vapes has got one of the V-stickings.
I heard they're actually pretty decent.
And actually I was quite surprised with it. And it looks like it's alright. For the price point that it's at, yeah, it's pretty decent.
Steve, you get used to that. Steve McCauley got the Aromizer Plus, and
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
it's a nice little
That's a
RDA.
good one.
It's not too expensive. It's got a nice build deck to it with a lot of different options to how to build it.
Until you lose patience and chuck it out the door.
I'm
That
still
was-
running 2 of them over there.
That wasn't you that did that, Gail, was it?
Well, it might have been. Yes.
No, never
Yeah.
you.
I shouldn't have started building it when I was
Aromizer Supreme.
coffee. I lost my patience and launched it.
Yeah, the Aromizer Supreme was a real pain though. It was a spitty little bastard.
Just trying
But
to.
they're good tanks. They're really good tanks.
Awesome for
I
flavor.
don't do tanks, and I don't see that about many tanks at all, as you know.
Yeah, I'm not a big tank fan, but you know, there's a few occasions where they come in handy. Like anytime I'm going down to the clinical study, it helps to have it.
Yeah, because the amount of juice that it holds as well from when you're driving.
Yep. I mean, because that's a 7.5 hour round trip, so that we've got to make next week.
Yeah, that's right. I know you're going to miss the bitches next week because you're away down there.
Yeah, because that appointment starts at 1. So yeah, we're definitely gonna miss that one.
Wow.
So, Scuba, did you call the doctor?
I did.
Yes!
And
Yes!
Finally!
I
2
said,
weeks
you know,
of badgering has worked.
I said, I know I have an appointment because they technically set up for me an appointment to go to the doctor, but they didn't give me a little
Yes.
piece of paper reminding me of when it was.
Yes,
So I called.
because you were supposed to go to the desk and get the confirmation date, but you know.
Well, I mean, I did what they said. Anyways, then the lady was looking it up, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you've been with us since 2014 or something." I'm like, "No." She had like the last time I came in was 4 years ago. I was like, "No, I came in just recently." She finally found it and said, "Oh, okay, it's October," and that my appointment was set up for January 14th, and I'm like, "Okay, well, good. I can go to that now that I know," but I had no idea.
But that's good.
That's okay. We will remind you anyway.
We're just happy that you've done it now. I
Yeah.
can stop harassing you and
Oh, my
traumatising
goodness.
you with messages
Well, I'm
every
glad
day.
you did because I forget stuff all the time, so that helped.
So
Okay,
just
it's almost there.
because I still happen to have access to a few accounts before the end of the year. I just went ahead and pulled up pricing on the goat.
Uh
Yeah, I picked a good time.
huh.
So retail pricing on the goat is like $36. Okay.
Right.
Wholesale is 22, and then the replacement heads for the goat.
I tried like hell to get Grim Green.
like-
Are them replacement heads rebuildable, or is
No,
it, they're not?
no, they're not rebuildable. They keep toying around with the idea that they're going to release a rebuildable head, but until they do, I won't be getting one.
Right.
But
Hey,
from
Shopkey.
what I'm seeing,
Hey, the shopkeep.
Hey,
Yeah.
Shopkeep.
the replacement heads are going to be $12. So basically, you can get a set of M-Turk coils, or basic anarchist coils for $12 pre-built, ready to go for you. All you got to do is screw them in.
And magazine art, yeah.
I can't
My
compete with
blood
that.
pressure is staying right around the level that the doctor wanted it at, or lower. So yeah, the blood pressure is doing good now. Thank goodness. I just got to figure out why I get tired during the day for no reason at all.
Right,
And
Pin. You can re-wick it, but you can't rebuild it.
Oh, you can re-wick it.
Yes,
not
you can.
rebuild it.
Yeah, because it's basically just like a pre-built coil. Like if I was to sell you a set of my coils, you can't change the coil. You just screw the head in, but aside from that, it works just like a dripper. So you can re-wick them all day long.
Okay,
In
well
fact,
that makes
they're
them last a
using-
little longer. That makes it a little more worth it. I
Well,
still would like to
and-
be able to rebuild it.
And they're using anarchist wire, so that's going to make them last a lot longer
True.
than cheap Chinese wire. And then of course they're also going to have further down the line. Yeah, so $12 for 2 heads. So further down the line, they're also going to have the option to get M-Turk coils and J-Boy coils, and I can't compete with that. There's no
Wow.
way.
Saint, I don't think it's old age. This just hit me recently. If it's old age, I'm surprised because I'm tired all the time though, man. Something's not right. I'm missing a vitamin or something that I need. I don't know what it is. Maybe the blood test will tell me. I would love to go, oh, you just need more potassium. Load me up with some. I'll be good.
So if it's potassium,
You wouldn't until you-
I know how to hook up a banana bag, so I'll be more than happy to hook one up for you.
I don't think it's potassium, but I'm just saying.
I'm
Yeah,
just
this
saying,
is very
if it
close.
is potassium, I'll come jab you.
Thanks a lot.
Why do I
you're one
get
of
the
them
feeling that
guys.
Aries is going to take extreme
Hey,
pleasure from jabbing
I'm
you?
very good at hooking up an IV.
You know how many people want
Very
to poke
good.
me with my epinephrine pen? Oh,
Oh,
dude,
no,
just
no,
let
no,
me
no.
know. I'll be right there to stick you.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
They want to poke me so bad with that freaking needle. I'm like, no, man, I don't need that. And hopefully, I mean, I'm not saying, but they said now if I get stung by Yellow Jacket, it may only take one. The first time it took 8 or 9 stings to throw me into anaphylactic shock, but that now they say one sting could trigger it. Yeah, I got some too.
Yep.
Look just like
They're
that
always close
actually.
by.
And it looks like if that thing does have to go in you, it would hurt like hell. I was looking at it, I'm like, man, because it's got like a spring loaded. You push it against your hip and pow, it just shoves into you and injects that. Oh, man.
Bill, no, from what I'm understanding, they're actually going to be M-Turk aliens. They won't be for the $12 for 2 pricing, but they're actually going to be M-Turk aliens. They'll actually be J-Boy coils that are, mounted into the system. And the ones that are 2 for $12 is a few wraps of anarchist wire. And considering that the guy, Dwayne on OC, he's the manufacturer of anarchist wire, so there's no markup for him to have to pay on that.
Nice. All right,
That's
a
why
couple
they're
more
able to
puffs
keep,
and this will be empty.
That's why they're able to keep prices so low on that.
That's what I mean about this thing can blow through some juice, because it was full, and now you see it's almost empty. It doesn't take long.
Scuba, I've already refilled my Rage twice since we came on air.
Oh, well, that's because you're a babeaholic. You need a 12-step
I'm running
program.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5 mods, the half being this one.
Have I had my
Because I'm not
thyroid
vaping
checked?
this one very much.
Rich P, I have not. What happened to building time? We're
getting there.
See? Now, I proved,
Like
there's
I said,
my
no,
point.
Scuba. Like I said, there's always going to be 1 or 2, but the vast bulk are not. Even when we took the poll last week, there was 1 or 2 that said, no, we're here for the builds. There was 1 or 2 that said, we're here for both. But the vast bulk said, no, we're here for Scuba.
Well, all right, fine. But I'm just saying, yeah, Demon wants to see builds. I can put a brand new coil on this, actually, or we can just roll with what... Hello?
How much have you drank?
How much have I drank?
Did you drive somewhere?
Not enough.
Drive somewhere? No.
No, he's
I
not
haven't had
drinking.
that much, but I'm not driving anywhere.
Can you go to Zaxby's? I want a salad. I don't feel good.
Take some of that Twitch money and get you a taxi. I'm sorry, dude.
See, now Slappy's messing with me. Scuba, are you going to build something? Whatever, y'all. Y'all giving me hell. Now.
Have another drink, Scuba. It's Christmas.
I'm trying. Okay, the gear RTA. We're gonna take this thing apart. Actually, wow, it's coming apart really easy. Yeah,
Running over 100 setups at all times.
Would show up better, but that coil is right there.
Bloody hell, Dr. P.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Well, between me and Granny's, we're probably semi-close to that, but probably not over 100 combined.
Oops.
Wow.
When I pulled this out of the box, this popped right off. The O-ring for your airflow comes right off. So probably if you get one of these, expect that O-ring to pop right off of there. And this is the build deck on the gear. It's a pretty simple build deck. You got 4 flathead screws, and it's a single coil setup. And then you just got wicking in there. There's no big anything
That looks
to it
really
at all.
small deck.
It is a small deck. I mean, it's only made for a single coil, so you're not going to be putting a lot in here anyway. I'm getting juice all over my hand, but and it actually comes with tools that you need. Let me see if I have them handy. Screwdriver is. Here's the little bubble tank they give you right here. I mean, that may
Some
give you a little
glasses.
more. And you also got this drip tip, the black.
Please don't tell me it's
Squared
because you
off.
plastic. No,
No,
but
it's black.
There's your spare O-rings, so you can put blue, red, black, clear O-rings in there.
Okay, Dolores is saying something about why can't they be left silver? Why can't what be left silver?
The inside bit. The inside bit of the tank, a lot of them are, instead of leaving them silver,
Well,
are colouring them
Right.
black.
Okay, so first of all, by silver, you're meaning stainless. Okay, so the reason why a lot of them have started actually powder coating the inner chamber, for whatever reason, they claim is for better flavor. I found it to be quite the contrary, because you get little particle built up. Because powder coating is not a smooth surface; it's rather porous, and so you're going to get little build-up trappings inside those little pores, and it's just, I don't know. Yeah.
I think so, Bill.
yes, I did say Scuba has a small deck.
Okay, Gail,
Yes,
I don't
that
like
was
when
deck.
you say that.
Oh, I'm talking about the gear.
Not dick.
Deck, not dick. There's a difference. Grannies will shout at me.
It just sounds bad when you
I'm
say
about
it.
to put her ears in.
Yeah, no, don't. Grannies will shout at me.
Here's your build deck. Airflow comes through the center there, and then you got your 2 wicking holes on the side. The actual flathead screws do have a little bit of a gap on each side. I can't believe the light's not catching. I'm trying to get it where y'all can see this. It's got a little bit of a hook on each side so that you can actually stick your wire in. You can probably see it better on this side, even though it's not focusing very good.
No, Jason, that's what you find on a drip tip.
What else did they give me? I do have, let's see if this is the right size. I hope it is. Yes. Good. So, obviously you can't put the coil in there like this. You got to do the whole open arms configuration. So, you can either back up a wrap off this or add another to it.
Personally, I would add.
You would add, yeah, that's what I did on the last one. So
Yeah.
when I added, I ended up around 0.38 ohm. If you want to go lower, then you can take a wrap off.
Well, I mean, because I'm running, it's about 0.24, 0.25. It kind of bounces back and forth on my Rage in a single coil setup, and it's a very, very solid bait.
There you go, just like this. Let's see if I can get these screws up high enough. This is actually really easy to build on if you just turn this the right way, just like so, and lay this in here, and then boom, boom, they're hooked in now. That simple.
Nice.
All I gotta do is screw it in.
The ones that drive me nuts are the ones where you only have one hook option, to where
Yeah.
if you don't wrap it the right way, you are totally screwed.
Right, that's why I'm glad they put 4 screws in here. So depending on whether you build your coils reverse or clockwise, clockwise or counterclockwise, you can
You're
still
covered.
get this in here. Yeah,
Right.
you're covered, which is pretty neat.
Bless you. Okay, so
thought that was
Vapor's
a
Bad
call.
Boy is wanting to know what type of coil that is.
This is, I'll tell you right now, because it's right here. 0.33 ohm, nichrome 80, 28 with 38 gauge wrap. It says 9 plus 28 plus 36. What? Oh, 38 by 9? What does that mean?
Wait, what?
3 millimeter.
Well,
Okay,
Put it
look
closer to the camera so I can see it. Come on, focus in.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it to focus here. If I have to, oh, there we go.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so it is... What the hell?
I know, that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, what is 38 by 9? What the hell is that?
Unless they're talking about 938 gauge cores in... Okay, so that's what it is. It's 28 gauge frames with 938 gauge cores in the middle wrapped with 36 gauge. So basically, it's a functified staple coil.
So why does it say plus 28 plus 36 then?
Because you got 28 gauge on one frame. You've got the 38 gauge in the middle. You've got your outer 28 gauge frame, and then it's wrapped with 36.
Right.
Okay, frame staple Clapton. It says it's 0.33. Since I
frame-
opened mine up or added to it, it makes it 0.38.
You can't actually call that a frame staple since you're not using actual ribbon wire, but meh, it's China.
Yeah, I get you there. I'm gonna put this back in here so I can pull this tight.
Bill, I don't know if he has any more mic coils left or not.
Of Aries? Yeah, I do. I don't think they would fit in here. They don't give you a very big slot to
Yeah,
work
no,
with.
that's not a very big tolerance area.
Yeah, there's not. So,
And generally speaking, I use 26 gauge frames, so.
I'm gonna have to hold this over tight because this thing is just trying to be a pain. That last wrap. I'll just pull this back over. There we go. And
No,
it just
magazine
did it
art,
again.
it's going to be 28 gauge frames, and it's going to be 39 gauge cores, and it's going to be clapped in with 36.
See how that keeps pulling back? Let me tighten this down now. There we go. Now when I pull this, it'll stay straight. There we go, just like that. Perfect. Now I just have to cut it. Really close.
Gotta say, I like a single coil build.
Yeah, single coils for me are great. As long as you know it's a decent atomizer that you have it on. This thing vapes pretty good.
Yeah.
So I haven't had any issues. So here's a bit. I don't know where my tweezers are, so this is gonna be fun. You'd think I'd pre-prepare for stuff like this. I thought I had everything, but I didn't.
Although I did hear rumors that that Paul McCartney was about to go back out on tour.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't
That's
mind
done.
going, because
He
that's
must be
more than
running
likely
out of
going to be
money.
his last tour. I wouldn't
He-
mind going and seeing that.
He was playing in Glasgow last week. My brother was there.
I think last time I
Of course it
used the
was.
cotton they gave me. This time I'm gonna get some Muji and throw in there.
Yeah, he sent me the video. He was there with one of his lady friends, and he sent me the video of him. The what was it they were doing? Live and Let Die.
Oh.
I like that song.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Speaking of Muji, holy shit. Okay, for those of you in the US, Muji's on sale right now, $1.99 for a pack of 180.
Well, that's
Damn, I need to get some of that. I do have a whole pack here, but I can never have enough. Oh, wait, Vic, hold on. Let me build slower because I want Vic to be able to keep up. I'm just messing with you, Vic. You actually build really quickly now. I'm impressed. You have come really fast, really quickly. Really far quickly, I should say.
Does it help when you've had a whiskey? Does that make it go quicker?
Yes, you drink a little whiskey. That's what Vic needs. He has a drink and he can build in like half the time.
Right. So we just need to buy Vic a straw then.
No, magazine art, if you're in the US, you can buy it straight from Muji in the US. If you're in the UK, they've got a warehouse in the UK as well.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Since I don't see
muji.au
my
for one
tweezers,
for the
I'm gonna
UK.
rake this out just a little bit. I like making sure all my strands are even coming out of here and I don't have any tangles in there.
I actually need to order Muji because Zan and I ordered about 7 packs, the big packs of it, about 2 years ago, and that's us just running out now.
Yeah, I had 3 or 4. I did the same thing. I had 3 or 4 packs, and I'm running out. But I mean, if you build in like every week, 2 or 3 things, you know, yeah, you'll go through it fast.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like in the EU right now, they are £3.50.
Yeah. But it still works out so much cheaper than a lot of the other cottons out
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah, and Muji is amazing.
Why is that so bright?
Yeah, see, Kevin, I'm not sure about over there, but over here, they do relatively flat rate shipping. I can generally order a 10 pack for during normal pricing for about $48.
Hmm.
Let me see what a 10-pack would run me today with them being on sale.
I think over here it's about
This
3
is
quid.
actually pretty good stuff. This is cinnamon churro by 100 mil juice company. I don't know. I mean, I bought it from Fuggin, but this actually turned out to be a really good cinnamon churro. So I want to try
Sounds
this in the gear and see, because I already had Nilla nuts in here, which is really good, but I want to try some of this.
Is it a sweet cinnamon or?
Yes, it is a
hot
sweet
cinnamon?
bakery cinnamon churro.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Mm.
It's good. I mean, the only thing that I think rivals this is, you know, if you get Higgy's churro and mix it with that banana cream, oh my gosh, or banana, what is it, banana custard? Man, that is so good. I don't know, you would not think that banana, I don't know why I thought of that, and I was like, yeah, we should try it, and it came out so good. And now, I mean, you can order it, you just need to mix it 80-20. You want the banana's 20% and the churros 80%, and it comes out really good. The banana.
I don't know if it's the same in the States. Over here in Chinese restaurants, you get like a banana fritter, which is banana done in a batter and it's deep fried.
Oh.
And it has syrup on it.
Mm.
So I would imagine it kind of tastes similar to that.
Yeah, it sounds nice.
So right now we're at 0.35 ohms at 38 watts. So actually I kept the ohms right about right, since, you know, the other one was 0.38 ohm. Maybe I got this one in there tighter.
Nice.
So I got to take this back off because I didn't put the airflow ring on there. I don't like the way that this comes off so easy. Higgy's Churro Coffee knocks Nilla nuts off top spot. Bill Byrne,
Oh, wow.
hey, that's fine.
That's a bold statement.
No,
That's a
for
very bold
Bill to
statement.
say that, because Bill is a true coffee connoisseur, for Bill to say that, it's got to be pretty spot on.
Oh, I'm not saying it, and I believe it. I believe it. I'm glad that they make it. I didn't know they even had that coffee. Higgy's Churro Coffee. Hell yeah, I bet you that's really good, actually.
Okay, so I just did a mock-up order for, if you're in the U.S., for 10 packs of Muji and their standard ground delivery, it's $27.85 for a 10-pack.
Go ahead and order me some, Aries. All right.
That's a limit of 10. Sorry, you're going to have to do it yourself.
Oh, damn. Now can y'all see the coil in there?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, look how close that is. Can you get another RTA that has a freaking coil that's like right there? And I didn't raise it any. I had that thing down by the airflow. That coil is like right there. That's why this thing has such good flavor. What kind of banana? That's a good question, Kevin. I don't know what banana that Higgy's uses. Whatever it is, it's good. Just banana churro. They don't sell that particular flavor, so like I said, you have to mix it yourself. But I can't wait to see how this one's going to taste in here, because I kind of like this juice. And this was actually a freebie juice. I did not order this. Or did I order this one? I don't remember if this is one of the ones I ordered. Fuggin messed up and didn't send me a couple of my screw-on tops, and they sent me some free juice. No, okay, they sent me... I know this strawberry nog was one of the free ones they sent me. Strawberry cream nog. I haven't tried this yet. At least I've tried it on my finger, but not vaping it yet. I'm scared. This one, blues. I think I ordered that one though. Not sure if I like it yet or not. I'm not a blueberry fan, so it's got to be pretty darn good before I like it. I do like the blueberry that Glass makes. That's actually really good. Blueberry cake or something. Let me go back to the main screen now. Get y'all back.